Yo guys, what's going on? I am George and this is You Wanna Watch. Welcome back to the shop and welcome back to another Sunday flea market haul. I hope you enjoyed what I picked up today. I say we jump right into it. Let's go. Alrighty guys, well, we're gonna start off with this tote completely full of hardware. As you guys, I'm sure, are well aware, hardware is getting more expensive and more expensive by the day, it seems like. So I decided to go and grab an entire tote full of nails, screws, fasteners, whatever is in this container. I paid 20 bucks for this, and you know what? Do I need it right now? No, I don't. But in the future, I probably will. So that's why I picked this up. I say we run through it real quick. We'll see what I picked up for 20 bucks. This is 1.25 inch ring shank underlayment nails. Whole box of those. I don't know what these go for at the hardware store now, but I'm sure it's at least $5 a box, if not more. So quite cool to have those. What do we got here? Got a couple of boxes in this box. These are like technician screws. Oh no, they're not. These are stainless steel. Looks like snaps. So these must be the button end. That's why they're in the same box. Yes, they are. We've got the buttons, and we have the, so it would go like that. So they're like snaps. That's pretty cool. That is awesome. You can always use these for a project down the road. Might even use that for the little pony cart. Thinking outside the box. Just saying. Got a nice little glass jar. These are spiral cut. These are pretty substantial. That one's bent. But like a ring shank, spiral cut. Nice little jar of screws. We got us some stainless slotted, probably somewhere along the lines of 2.25 inch, 2.5 inch. It's always nice to get. We got us some carriage bolts with nuts. These are 1/4 inch bolts, 1.5 inch long, 20 pieces. So there's 20 carriage bolts in there. What do we got here? Another type of screw. These look like interior slotted. Looks like 1.5 inch wood screws. They look like that right there. Well, so far it's definitely paying off. This is shot for a like a nail gun. Looks like the single shot stuff that I used to use when I first started framing. We used to have a Remington 22 single shot that would shoot these right through the bottom plate into the slab. What do we got here? We got some roofers. These look like ring shank roofers. I would call these 1/2 inch finger busters. At least that's what my old man always called them. Little 1/2 inch roofing now when you're sitting there all day. Pow, pow, pow. Call them finger busters for a reason. Those old timers know that. Same thing, another jar of them. We got some brad nails. Looks like Ross brand. Again, in the jar. He originally wanted $2 for the jar of brad nails. Then he changed his price to $1. Let's see, another jar. We got galvanized, hot dip galvanized. They're all fused together. Common nail. Got some little button screws here. I always call these technician screws. Sorry about that. Machining screws. We got what looks like more legs. Another mix bag. Yep, another mix bag. Where was the other one? Somewhere in there. Ring shank. Underlayment 1.25 inch. Put those with the others. Savaco nails. These are 1.5 inch concrete. Again, 1 pound box. Pretty expensive for each one of these boxes. Some more brad nails. Nice little pickle jar or whatever that is full. Another miscellaneous. That's okay. We can get those sorted and put into piles. And these look like galvanized nails too. They are. These are trim nails. Another mixed bag, galvanized nails. Definitely exterior. We got finished nails here. These are white painted brads. Use it for trim work or soffit or anything of that nature. This looks like a bag of hex key, but they got the barrel cam on there, so it looks like this came from a package of like IKEA furniture or something. You can always find something for that. Another mixed lot. A great big huge threaded something. Looks like it might be to a jack. We got door chain. Some more tech screws. Spiral cut underlayment nails. Some more roofers. Boy, this container just keeps going. Some more spiraled. More galvanized. Another mix bag. These are all slotted. Yeah, all slotted. $8 2.5 inch hot galvanized finish nail. That's a big finish nail. 8 penny. Carriage bolts again. Little Ziploc and carriage. Looks like 5/16. Just screws. Little container of fasteners. A bit of junk there, a bit of junk there. Six by half Phillips steel screws. Sheet metal screws. size 8 by 1 1/4. Little slide lock. Roofing, galvanized, 3/4 by 11 by 7/16. That is not what these are. Somebody just threw them in the box there. Those are masonry nails. Just a bunch of rusty stuff in a jar. This box actually is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I didn't really look through it. I just saw all the hardware and I said, well, I might as well get it while I can. Because like I said, hardware is getting more and more expensive. What prompted this was I needed a couple of dozen sheetrock screws and I didn't have any. So I went up to the hardware store. I bought a box of them and I was just amazed by the price. And I said I wanted a couple of dozen. I didn't want to buy a 50-pound box. The guy just laughed at me and he said hardware's going up and he doesn't see an end to it. Another door slide. Some finish nails like brads. That box was pretty much roached out though. That was rusted up. Must have got wet. Sheet metal screws. 1/4 inch drive. Three-quarter. I think it says 1/4 20. 3/4 20. It's the wrong box. That is a small tack. Holy shnikes. That's probably not even going to show up on camera. It's so small. I probably couldn't put that in with a tack hammer. I bet you I can bend it with my fingers. Oh, absolutely. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Who needs something that small? Oh, what do we got here? Slotted machine screws. $12 by 3/4. Again, slotted sheet metal screws. Little thing of washers. It's always nice to have. Again, those same little brads. Razor blades. Always cool to have. And a little. Oh, I thought it was a magnet. It's not. Little horseshoe. It says. What does that say on there? Carly? Yeah, it says Carly. Huh, not sure. Closet pole socket, white. And then just some more odds and ends. Was it worth the 20 bucks? I think it is most definitely worth $20. And oh, fence staples. It's always cool to have. It's definitely worth the 20 bucks as far as I'm concerned. It really is. A couple of bits in there. I can always use the hardware, and like I was saying, it's getting more and more expensive to pick up hardware, so yeah, just wanted to get my hands on it. Let me put this stuff away and we'll start with the other stuff that I picked up. Give me a minute. Alright guys, well next I picked up this nice little coin dish. says the first Buffalo nickel, 1913. Of course, it's got the picture of a buffalo in there. I brought it home because it's got, there it is, Avon written on the back. It's pretty substantial. It's not like it's cheap metal or nothing. So yeah, I saw that. I was like, you know what, that's pretty cool looking. I'll bring that home. Again, it was practically free, a couple of bucks. So next, got 4 striking mallets. These will clean up absolutely perfect. I have no qualms about these at all. They've got a good weight, a good feel. There is a bit of checking. I think we can combat that by soaking these in some linseed oil. Let it soak up into the wood, and that should be that for these. All in all, they're in really good shape. The last one I got is a nice little Dunlop. I hope that sticker is showing up there for you. It should be. Dunlop, baby. This thing's in really good shape too. Somebody was misusing the face of it a little bit, but nothing that we can't fix. And I like the age and the patina on this, so I don't think I'm going to do much to this other than use it. So pretty cool. I like that a lot. I think I paid $10 for the mallets. I don't really remember. Last but not least, I picked up this sweet Craftsman box. She's rusty and dusty and dirty. I didn't buy it for the box. I bought it for the contents. This box was $10. And it's completely full. A lot of it's a lot of rusty stuff, but let me pop this open and I'll show you what we got. You open it up. Look at all the brace bits that are in there. How awesome is that? There's got to be 40 brace bits in there. What I think I want to do, I want to separate this, so I will shut the camera off. I'll separate this and I'll show you what we got. Give me a minute. Alright, so let me show you what we got out of there. There is still a lot of junk in here. These are masonry bits and some big auger bits that I just will never use. Most of them are broken, and yeah, I just don't have a use for them. So those will go into the scrap pile. Got as a brake tool. Where is my cheater? This is a Herbrand brake tool, number 301. So that's pretty cool. I've never found a Herbrand brake tool before, so quite awesome to have found that. Got 2 files. One's rasp, the other is a nice fine file. Definitely needs a wire wheeling and a soak and some deoxy, and we will get that cleaned up and back in working order. Got 2 new bits still in the pack. One is a Vermont America. Let's see, this is 5/16 masonry drill bit. Can always use that. I like the 1/4 inch, but 5/16 will work. This is a Vermont America high-speed steel drill bit. I can't see the size on there. It's tiny. Yeah, can't see the size on there, but it's a newer drill bit. Got a reamer, pretty cool. Countersink, whatever you want to call it. A boatload of paddle bits. A whole entire boatload of paddle bits. I'll save whatever's good and get rid of whatever isn't. I got another one of these style paddle bits. If you guys remember, a couple of weeks ago, I picked up a little tiny Craftsman toolbox, and it was loaded full of this style paddle bit. I don't see a maker on this either, so these are probably just not, they got sizes, but I don't see a maker on there. I would like to find out who made these, but I got, it's probably an Irwin. I don't know. It's extremely rusty, like a micro dial. I'll get it cleaned up good enough to read what it is, and you know, it's a brace style. So one Forstner bit, still in fairly good shape. Can't read the size on that either. Really nice 1/4 inch long twist bit. This is 12 inches. Really sharp. Quite happy to have that. That's a handy drill bit to have around. Got a broken off tip brace style auger. And I wasn't lying when I said at least 40. There's 56 brace bits here. 56 of these things. So these will all need a good wire wheeling, cleaning up, soak in our deoxy, and figure out make, models, and brands, and start putting these in sets. So that is pretty cool. And that is my flea market haul. Alrighty guys, well, another flea market in the books. I think we did pretty good for the amount of money we spent. Just alone on the hardware itself. We saved a lot of money just by buying hardware. So the added extra bonus was all the little wooden chisel mallets. I think those are absolutely awesome. And that Craftsman box full of bits. I think that was pretty cool too. Don't forget to put in the comment section what you think your favorite find of today was. Don't forget to tell a friend, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and please, by all means, stay safe, be safe, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.